Hey everyone, it's Biggs. Thanks for stopping by. Now, every Saturday morning, I'm finally back home usually. There's no traveling right now for any fun events and stuff like that, no fish events, etc. So every Saturday, I'm always generally home. And what that means to me is I get up with Paisley, and it's the one and only chance that my wife actually gets a day where she may be able to sleep in for a little bit and maybe have a nice restful cup of coffee. So every Saturday morning, me and Paisley get up and we head downstairs into the basement, into the aquatic lounge, and we take care of feeding and doing all the maintenance on all the isopods. Paisley loves her isopods, as you guys have seen. She's involved with it every single week with me. So I thought today we'd do kind of a run through, not of all the species, because that'll just take too long, but I thought maybe we would highlight some of the species that are doing really, really well for us. And I thought maybe you guys enjoy that. So.
Finally, the Armadillidium klugii dubrovniks are really starting to take off. There's one in the corner right there. But when we lift up this, those are all babies. Or in isopod world, those are called Mankai. So this culture is doing very well. They often just need a little bit of time to establish. Lots of babies. Lots of healthy adults. Very cool. Now this bin is the Armadillidium maculatum. This is the regular zebras. Let's see how well these guys are doing. Adults on that one. Lots down there. Now we got lots of babies in here too, and they're all throughout it and stuff. So those guys are doing good. All right, this one's a pretty prolific culture. This one is actually one of the most important cultures that we keep. Why is this one so important, Paisley?
I don't know.
Which one do you think this is?
I don't know.
What kind of isopods do you think are in this container?
I don't know. Dairy cows.
Whose are these?
Mine.
Yep, these are Paisley's dairy cows.
I love my
And they're doing fairly well. As with all Porcellio they are probably the ideal starter isopods. They reproduce rapidly. They're not seasonal. Like a lot of your different isopods, like your Hoffmannsee guys, and your Hassii and your Ornatus and Magnificus and Expansus. Those are all very, very somewhat seasonal isopods in the way they breed. These ones are indiscriminate. They just go at it constantly.
Dad, I want to hold one.
Let's get one of these guys. You can hold them. Why are these ones your favorite?
Because they're dairy cows.
Yeah. We also have another culture. We have 4 new cultures of isopods, and I've been somewhat delinquent in when they've come in either late at night and I haven't been able to, or I just forgotten about doing the videos of unboxing new isopods. But we have released 4 new isopods into the collection. We've got Armadillidium vulgare magic potion, and we finally a nice European line, and we've got a new zebra, Armadillidium maculatum. We have a yellow zebra, which came in from Europe, I believe Germany. We also have now a nice strain of Gestroi, which gets nice and big, and that's bright yellow spots. And then when I was helping my friends over at Species Canada one day, they sent home a gift for Paisley. And if you guys know Paisley's orange isopod orangey, that bright orange plastic toy that she takes around everywhere, well, they sent her home with some bright orange Armadillidium laevis orange. And those are all set up. We've got the initial cartridge started. We check on them and that's about it. But otherwise, we kind of leave them alone. So we're going to see those guys at a later date. Okay, Paisley, I think we should give them some food. These guys, we could come down here and almost feed them every few days. The culture grows so quickly. What I do like feeding the most is this. It's actually a koi food. We call them nugs because they're a nice big giant nugget. But if we look at the ingredient panel, it's green pea, fish meal, herring meal, kelp meal, shrimp meal. Like, it's got everything they need. Calcium, it's got all the stuff they need, all compressed into one nice, easy to use pellet. So for how many do you think we should give these guys, Paisley, today?
I think 4.
4? Are they that hungry? 4? How many's 4?
1, 2, 3, 4.
Let's do it.
And this is 5.
Okay, let's
and
do
this is
4.
4.
You get 4.
1, 2, 3, 4.
And where do they go?
Right there.
On their little plate. Okay, let's do it. You can even see how this is all frass all over their cuttle bone, but if we knock all the frass off, you can see that they've eaten their cuttle bone right down. So it's good. Maybe next time we come and check this next weekend, maybe we'll have to give them a new cuttle bone. We don't even know.
4.
So those guys are good to go. Flip them back, let them go about their isopod day. Moisture level here is still very, very good. So we're going to leave it for a day and not give it any further misting. Sorry, a week. Okay, this culture is, I've only had this culture since, I believe, end of October of last year. And this is Armadillidium granulatum. This one's fairly similar to Gestroy in that it gets a nice size and it gets those yellow spots on the back. But you'll note in the culture, well, I guess now I'm starting to get a lot more adults. But the culture started off fairly slowly, but it has definitely picked up because we got tons and tons of babies. There you can see what the adults look like. They're really attractive. They almost look like they were painted on by a little finger paintbrush. But they're doing really, really well. We're going to have to give them some food, I think, Paisley.
Dad, I'm going to hold a big one.
You want to hold one of these guys, too? I think you can.
I think this big
You
one.
can. Be gentle. There you go. Gentle. Let him go in your hand. Yep, he'll unroll on his own when he's not scared. There. He knows who it is. He says, oh, that's Paisley, and she takes good care of me. There, so we can see him in the light. He's a pretty cool guy. All right, should we put him back and then get you these guys some food? Yeah, very good. You're very good with your isopods.
Oh,
Paisley.
he just flipped himself back.
You want to get him a couple of nugs?
Maybe like 3?
Sure.
Okay.
Okay, put him in there. That's good.
I think a baby will try
Now,
that.
we feed a lot of different types of foods. We do use some of the Rapashi gel diets. We like using sweet potato. We like using, we have done cucumber as well. And we also like feeding carrots. And we break it all down and we put some variety. We also have dried fish and things like that. See, moisture content's still nice and high in this stuff, so we're going to leave it for another week.
That is a cool up baby.
That's okay. I wonder if some of the issues that I've had with certain species, like Expansus has not done well for me, and Spatulatus has not done well for me. And I think just in establishing that initial colony, I think has been some of the problems. And it might be the fact that I might be a little bit heavy-handed with the water. Because we're looking at, this is Sat Sincerity. Though this one's kind of semi-dry, so this one's not too bad. This one here is unlabeled, but I know exactly which one this is. This is a new culture, and we just got these guys maybe a month or two ago. And these are Armadillo officinalis, and this is the Greek one. These ones are nice big isopod, and they're characteristic for rolling up in that tight isopod characteristic ball that you see there.
Dad, what is that white pill?
That's a shed. That's from one of the ones that shed. It just turns to dust. It's a calcium for them. They'll eat that.
Dad, these ones are the ones that cool up into a ball, right?
Yep. This culture is one of the most prolific ones we have. It's another Spanish species, I believe. And this one is Porcilio ornatus yellow. May not look like much on the outside here when we start, but there's a lot of them in here.
That one's dead and that one's dead.
Yeah.
Why did
I think those ones are old, I think is what it is. This was one of our first cultures we got, and they've been exceptionally prolific. And I think they kind of somewhat self-manage their population. What is that poop called, Paisley? What is isopod poop called?
Rats.
That's right, and it's all over their food dish. Gross, guys. Clean that off. Paisley, you want to give them some nugs?
I hate isopods.
You hate isopods?
The ones that got into my room. This one that came out of the basement.
Yeah.
That hopped into my
I don't think you hate isopods. I think you love isopods. Don't put them on your food dish. Now, the odd ones, you will get die-off in your cultures periodically, and those odd ones that do die off, you leave them behind. They are a natural source of calcium and all sorts of other minerals and stuff for them. Let's see what's under this one. Lots of them. So, yeah, we got lots and lots of adults of these ones, and they're extremely prolific. And I'm sure there's tons of them in the substrate as well. And they go through their moisture fairly quickly. It's a little bit moist in the corner, but otherwise it's pretty bone dry everywhere else. So we're going to have to give this one a good misting down. And move on to the next. This one is my other clown isopod. This is the Klugii Montenegro. There goes one zipping by. This one also was one that took a little bit of work getting started. Let's see. Oh, they're all having a gathering over here. You understand their popularity. They're absolutely a very, very striking isopod. There. Let's see if there's a bunch under here. Nope.
Dad, baby isopods are so cute.
There's all of the babies. Lots of the next generation growing up there.
Dad, there's a tiny baby right there. I see a baby right there. Baby, baby, baby. It's a tiny little baby.
Paisley, what are these ones called?
Paseo Hassii.
You're right. These are Persillio Hassii. And these ones are another one of my original 3 species that I received. At the very, very beginning when this venture kind of started. And as you can see, they've been extremely prolific. There's nothing in this enclosure that's not just crawling with them. I like this species. I think it's very attractive. It's very active. They're easy to keep. These are right up there, in my opinion, as a beginner species. I think they're awesome. All right, Paisley, we're going to do one more. Dad's favorite one. What is in this one?
Paseo Hoffman Sagan.
That's right, guys. She knows it. This is my favorite one. I don't know why they're my favorite one. They do exceptionally well for us. It's another Spanish species. There's a real obvious big male. Paisley calls those the grandpa ones. There's one. There's a piece of a shed of one of them. That one right there, he's half shed. There's another big one. And you got to give them a lot of structure so they don't fight with each other. But if we take some of this structure out and make sure there's none on it, we can actually show you how prolific. Oh, there's one there. You got him?
I can pick it up and throw it.
Okay, he's good.
Daddy, let me pick up that shed.
It's okay there. I'm just making sure there's no other guys in the thing. There's any in this one. There's a couple little ones in that one. All right, Paisley, should we pick up these pieces and see how many there are? Oh yeah, there's lots of these ones. Now I know that there's all sorts of other ones people are doing now that they're calling them chocolate colored and all sorts of stuff.
That's Grandpa again.
That's the grandpa one. There's another grandpa one. What else we got here? Look at how prolific they are.
Ew.
Lots and lots and lots of them. I think they are absolutely wonderful. I find them exceptionally easy to keep. I don't know what the trick is that I do anything different with this one, so as to why I don't do well with something like a expansus. It's just figuring out the pieces of the puzzle. And when I look down in the substrate, I move just a tiny little bit of the substrate. You see many, many different smaller ones moving around, so many different generations of them there as well. Let's take a look under this one. Lots and lots and lots of them. So we do pretty well with the Hoffmannsee, guys. They are one of the largest of the isopods. And I think they're pretty cool. Paisley, how do you know that one's a girl?
Because the sticks are this straightly small.
She's got small little sticks, and do you remember what the sticks are called?
No.
They're called Europods. Another super cool thing about a lot of these isopods, particularly a lot of the big Porcelios like Hoffmannsee here, is they're protective of their young. So they take care of their young, and they're very, very aggressively defend their young. So you'll often see a female underneath here with some baby, which they call Mankai, and she will be defending them against all the others. You wouldn't think that type of thinking, that higher level of thinking, would come from something like this. But it exists. I think the world's fascinating, and I think we all got to take it on pause a little bit and actually explore nature a little bit better and see what's out there. I think we got a lot to learn as a species.
I think this isopod is walking to exercise.
He's walking to exercise. It's like a slinky. You do very good with these isopods. They're delicate, and you do very, very nice. You're gentle. Paisley's a wonderful isopod keeper. Hey, Paisley. Are isopods super cool? Ooh, 2 thumbs up. Doesn't get any better than that.